Have you ever seen a roo kick? Have you ever seen an emu run under the bright Aussie skies and said this year we'll be the one? Oi, oi, oi! What does it mean to be a part of a footy team? It's more than a game. The footy's in our veins. It's time to go. It's the Northern Footy Show. Get out of our way. We wanna see them play.
What is going on? Can you hear us now, guys? Hopefully you've got us. Someone give us the thumbs up. Lordy Lord. Okay. Welcome to the Northern Footy Show.
1 week off and you forget to
1 week off. We've forgotten everything. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. No sound. Turn the mics on. What the hell's going on here?
Yep.
You got us? Yep. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you, guys. All right. Now, JK, a week off last week for you. Tell me what you did last week on your bye round of the Northern Footy Show.
So had the AGM for cricket.
Yep.
So Daniel Bramich president again, which is great.
Excellent.
The boys are pretty keen to get moving forward and trying to build the club back up again. So, doing a bit footy and cricket. But, yeah.
Mate, you're the commentator of the season. I reckon Grant Flack might have you pretty busy this year with a little bit of commentary again. You did a great job last year in the DVCA finals, so that'll be good.
Hopefully I can make some runs and back it up too, because at the moment I just talk a lot of crap.
I'm going to umpire. I'm going to ask if I can umpire just the games at Epping this year. I just want to come out and give you grief, and we'll mic it up and have a bit of fun. They might let me do something there. KB, you trotted off to Queensland for one of your shindigs that you get away and, smooth the world up there. How was it?
Mini footy trip.
Yeah, mini footy trip, mid-season. That's how good he's got it. He's taken one of the
No, Max had a bye, so we thought we'd go up there. He was meant to train at Broadbeach.
Yes.
But we got on to Broadbeach, and Danny Nolan's moved on, so we thought, we're not going.
Have a beer instead.
Have a couple of beers, it was good.
Oh, that's good. But very good to all be back. Now, as you guys will notice, and as everybody behind us, everyone online will see behind us, we finally, after nearly 2 years of the show, we got a banner at the back of it, proudly sponsored by footybanners.com.
He's having a man. Well, basically, since we've joined the show, it's blown up. That's basically what I'm getting. 2 years and they couldn't get a banner, and now we're on.
Yeah,
we've got a banner behind us.
I've got the shirt on.
You did get the shirt on. Now, Mark will be watching from footybanners.com.
Mark, just personally, I'm the only one that can fit into the shirt.
I was about to say, I tried all your sizes on Mark, and I've lost a bit of weight, but clearly not enough. But I could not get into that large. And I would be speaking to that factory that's printing these and just say that your large isn't a true large. But you better send me something a bit bigger. And JK probably could have got into it, but he's been in the gym with the pecs today. So
I have been trying hard.
We have an amazing banner behind us, which is great. We had that old sign for 18 months, so I'm absolutely stoked. Everyone's sending me messages here. Yep, the sound's on now, I think. So all good. And, look at this. We've even got a bit of footy banners. I'll sell my soul for a sponsor. Make no mistake about that. So if anyone wants to sponsor the show or sponsor a club and you want to see KB do a show in his Speedos, I reckon we could just about get this over the line for a sponsor. So larger tees on their way. Fantastic. All right, so we've got a lot to cover. It's a short show. It's a bye week for Division 1 and Division 2. We will touch on that just ever so slightly, but the good news is we can speak a lot about Division 3 today. Now, before I forget it, if you want, on these banners, if you want a banner for your club, when you go online, put in the code TNFS, whatever it is, TFNS. I've lost it.
TNFS.
And you'll get, I can't remember what the discount was, but I think it was something like 15%, which is equivalent to a free upgrade to a bigger size. We don't make anything out of it, but we're stoked to be working with Mark because we've got cool banners for us. He's given away a banner, some hats, some shirts. If you want stickers, we've got plenty of them. Get on board. Look at that, flying on the hats. Look at our sponsor, mate. He's all over this. Mark will be a happy man.
Forgot about that. I didn't see that hat.
Let's talk about a couple of things that happened this week last week that were awesome. The three of us were involved in the North Heidelberg past players game, which featured guys like Lee Gray, Gadget coached it, Joey Ahmad coached.
Darren Collins.
Superstar.
Good,
Darren Collins. Yeah. He was selling his own candy on the bench. So Colo was pretty happy with his result. Apparently, I heard from a third party, Joey put him on the bench. He threw the toys out of the car. Is that true?
Took the jumper off.
Took the jumper off, threw it. Colo, come on, mate.
Don't mind a bit of me time.
So he was on. Bordeaux was a standout for our side. We gave him best on ground.
He could play.
Goals.
He could play for Epic still.
Yeah, mate. He's a star, but he's got young Joshy Borden down there now, isn't it?
Yeah. Joshy's going well.
So he's good. So thank you to everyone that participated in that game. We had a ball. It was fun. Brian Moore and myself adjudicated the game poorly, according to some. Shane Harvey was getting no free kicks off me because he was just freakish with the ball when he got it.
No one got near him, mate.
He's unbelievable. And then special guest Parker Heatley came and jumped on the other side in the last minute, but still not good enough, Parker, because you got rolled, you dill.
He was good, Parker, wasn't he?
2 points.
And so he should be.
He was playing serious, Parker.
He was telling my
he was all over.
He was on my VBs behind the goals.
He was he?
Yeah, Parker had a couple.
He's a ripping kid. I love him. So there you go, $25 discount coupon is TNFS for footybanners.com. All right, now, so that was a ripper game. And then last Friday night, the big MND game at Diamond Creek. I had a chat with Junior President Mark Shields earlier today, and he was a ripping fellow. And what do you reckon they raised the other night? What do you reckon they raised? They're still counting and taking donations. Last year they did, don't hold me to this, 28 grand, I think, by the end of the night.
So they've done 30, they've done well.
Yeah.
Easy. They 24. They did 50.
50 and still counting.
Amazing.
That's unbelievable.
So, amazing. And they had the big freeze slide. Mark went down it. I couldn't be there this year. I had some other commitments on the day.
So you've been in a slide yourself?
No, they didn't have
you
a
don't
strong enough one. No, I probably would have gone down the slide, but I sort of like a bubble bath on the way down.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
I don't want any burn on the plastic or nothing like that. But no, maybe next year. It's all good. Now, is Daz AI this week? No, this is real Daz. I know I've got a jumper, and I was freezing when I got here, and I planned to wear this very done shirt, like underdone in the sense this is a large, mate. This is a boob tube on me. This isn't working. That's getting the arse. That'll go to a kid. Someone will be happy with the giveaway, which is awesome. Time for a new hat, KB. He's put one on. It's a ripper. That was from Kirby Bell.
I need a new hat, Curbs.
KB gets more crap than you on this.
Nah, he's taken over.
Actually, who is Kirby? Where is he?
Don't know, mate.
He used to be part of Heidelberg West, but it's just gone.
Gone.
MIA. Gone.
All right, so 50 grand, well done to Diamond Creek down there as
yep.
well. That's fantastic. Now, in addition to all that, we'll do a little bit of a write-up on that this week. Today we'll do Brownies beef, and you're going to tell us shortly about your Division 2 side, your best side so far this year.
Mate, it was very difficult to pick. I'd say the hardest side of the 3 divisions to pick.
Be careful if you put your hands up, you'll get mocked.
Yeah, I heard about
Why
that.
was it hard?
I think obviously for me, I'm Div 3 based, and then Div 1's the highest division. But I think a lot of talents probably skipped Div 2.
Yep.
Goal kicking was hard.
Sorry, he's copping shit.
How's some of the goal kickers in Division 3?
You're cute.
Div 3 goal
Lockie Davies, he's a good man, the culture.
what is hard? Because any side you put forward is going to be open to criticism and
interpretation.
Not that you give a shit, but
yeah, I mean, you base it off, times in best, goals kicked, and coaches' votes, and going through, and it just seemed very either top heavy with the people that are getting the votes, and then the people in the best, like a lot of them were from the bottom sides that have been in the best so often.
Yeah.
So it's like they're probably carrying their side, but they're losing. But I can't have a stack of, for example, what's earlier on the bottom. I can't have a stack of them, can I? Because
Do you reckon coaches always put their top 5 in?
no, I don't think so.
No, I think they try to hide them a bit.
What would you hide them these days, though?
Well, you just
Makes your job harder.
Honestly, we speak about it sometimes with the boys, and you should put your best in because it goes towards the team of the year at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's exactly
You've
right.
got to look after your players,
Okay.
I think. So
Never made a team of the year.
no, because they didn't put us in the best, clearly. But
I'm right with it.
Back in the day, I would have made it every year.
Let me ask you a question, KB, before he reads his side out, because I haven't seen this and I'm pretty interested in it. But how many players, and I'll ask them both of you, I'll start with you, how many players that are playing Division 3 that will get read out here, and I don't know them, but JK's all across footy, as are you, how many could play Division 1, do you think, out
of this Div 2?
From Division 3 or Division 2?
No, this is Div 2.
2, yeah.
How many in there could comfortably play Division 1?
All of them.
Yeah. Do you know, this is.
I always look at a different view. I'd say in the top 4, how many would make the top 4 teams?
Yeah.
You always make the bottom 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
You always go to a South Marang or a Bundoora and make the team, right?
Oh, you pull your head.
Well, no, that's a good point. I reckon probably, you got how many play for Heidelberg? Like, there's probably, 2-ish, 3.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, 4 or 5. Like, I don't want to be harsh to the blokes, but geez, like 4 or 5 should play for Heidelberg.
Yep. And then you got North Heidelberg, who's sort of, floating on that 5th position at the moment. Greensy, they're going to fight for that last position in there.
Yeah.
But, I'm looking right now over my shoulder for the first time. There's players that would fit into,
Yeah, and I mean, it's very top heavy.
Bridge.
You've got a lot of McLeod, like they play Div 1. Whittlesea, they've played Div 1 as well. Diamond Creek haven't quite got there, but they've been close and they're clearly the best side.
Let's do it. Read it out. Let's go from the back line. Let's get on with this.
So I've got Deacon Tennant from Whittlesea, Randall, Diamond Creek, Nathan Searle, superstar,
My favourite Diamond Creek player.
very strong Diamond Creek back line. Dale Marshall, Kieran Porter at centre back, Justin White. Then we have Kurt Manuel, Ty Bland, Tom Falls, Ethan Lowe, Hoggy from McLeod, Rory Hanlon, St. Mary's, Tane Cotter. Could only fit him in the forward pocket. Like, it's crazy, isn't it?
Good player, Tane.
Gun. Darcy Barden, he was a cleared full forward. He's the only one that's kicked over 20 goals. Ollie Parks, Tommy Blake from Pentnell, McPherson, Dymo, he's a gun. Booth, Diamond Creek as well. One of those two wins the medal. Valence, OP. I can't believe I couldn't get him on the ground. Couldn't get him on the ground. Yusuf Dib, Tomo, Reddick from Northcote Park, Jaron Murphy, Whittlesea, Matt Perry, Northcote, and there was a netter from Watsonia to roll it out. So
it's just not a bad name.
Well, there's one kid I reckon should have got in it.
Who's that?
From Diamond Creek.
Who is it?
McLaughlin, Jet.
Yeah, but this is the point. How do you fit them all in? He's got Tane Cotter on a forward pocket.
Yeah.
Tane's a gun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I stacked that with midfielders and, for the All-Australian side, I always rip them about not picking positions and that. Obviously, this was the hardest one to pick positions because
Xavier Damasi, I know he's injured.
Yeah, he missed it. There's so many guns that have missed out on that. That's a stacked side.
Hope you get well, Xavier, recovering at the moment.
And there's been a few of those injuries floating around as well. It's been a tough year for footy.
Yep.
But yeah, there's some serious players there. I picked 24 because I couldn't pick 22.
Yep.
I make up my own rules with this, so
that's good.
That's what we do.
And it's open to interpretation.
Yeah, and obviously we want people to give their sides. Tell us where we got it wrong. Tell me who I missed and tell me why I shouldn't have a say. But this is what I'm here for, and I want people to have their own say and tell me what I'm.
Did any teams miss out?
Miss out? No, I don't think anyone missed out. Watsonia had a couple. That's what I mean. Honestly, they had. In the best, they had 3 blokes that have been in the best 6 times out of 7 or 8 games, and you go,
how do you not have them?
Well, how do you not have them in? And then you check the coaches' vote and stuff like that. I think I missed the OPs. I think they missed out.
Yeah,
I thought you said one.
Oh, I did one.
You got one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think any team missed out. I didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Obviously, I missed out.
And that's
with
probably
three.
a bit hard on OPs as well, because I think, we're going to talk about them shortly, but they're rising. To hang on when you go up a division's hard. They've got some good players as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. You could swap one or two, but you'd only be doing it to appease the other person. So it's yours. I love it. I reckon it's strong. Division 2 for me is definitely the most even of the three divisions this year. What's your opinion on that?
Well, yeah, I think so. Obviously, with Heidelberg and Fitzroy in Div 1 and Div 3, it's very even. But then Diamond Creek are dominating as well. Will they continue it? They've got a few boys going overseas and that. So
only 7.
Only 7, yeah. I've
heard there's about 7.
Yeah, 7. So it depends if if they're in the blokes that I've just named there. Obviously, it could change.
Yep.
But it's a pretty strong team. That.
Yep.
That's. I'd wonder how that side I just named would go against Heidelberg.
Well,
Heidelberg will win by 10 goals.
10 goals.
Oh, easy. Heidelberg's unbelievable.
We're going to talk about Heidelberg next week. And we caught up before and we didn't get to speak about it. And I'm spewing. I'm gonna produce something next week, which I think is the key to beating them. All right,
cool, yeah,
cool. It's not the 1980s, is it?
No. Look, I watched their last 3 games over the last 3 weeks. Okay, and they're awesome to watch. But there's something they do so well that when I say it, you will go. When you watch it, you can't unsee it. Now, I'm a terrible coach, so don't go out and try my game plan. And I don't think the bottom sides can beat them. Like they touched up under a pretty decent on the weekend.
Pretty.
Yeah.
I was copping it. I'm even part of Bundoora now, am I?
You're a legend down there, aren't you? But the point is, I do think they're beatable, but I think I'm the only one that thinks they're beatable this year. So I'm going to dig down into it next week. We're going to spend some time on them.
Anyone's beatable.
Yeah, I think South Marine got within 48 points from net. You can say that they played a slightly lesser side and didn't have Sammy Gilmore that week, but South Marine were also missing a few as well. They've destroyed sides like Heidelberg,
North Heidelberg,
sorry, and then destroyed South Marine. I think the week before was it against Hurstbridge. They kicked away. So like Hurstbridge, Banyule and all that, I think they can get them. You get 2 looks at them during the year, and they should probably be all watching the videos more than I am at the moment. But we'll get to that. No dramas. We'll come back to that. So that's a pretty good side. Now
we'll get that posted later on. I'll send it off to you.
KB, we're going to get this out of the way. Shout out for. All right, let's go. What's going on here?
Shout out for the lick. Here and just keen to see you at Epic next year as well, mate.
Shout out. Oh, is that early mail?
I'm going early mail.
How are you going on the re-signings? I've seen you're announcing.
Yeah, we've had a few. Obviously, Juddy, our captain, first one every year. Loyal as they come.
Yep.
Lucas Aquilina, Willow.
He'd be nearly on an old age pension, Lee Judd, wouldn't he?
Oh, absolutely. He is. Yeah, mate. And then obviously Caff, the big one.
Caffy.
That's massive, isn't it?
Massive.
Massive.
What do you call him?
The decaf. Decaf's teams.
To get that out early, like hopefully that builds for us, for 2026, which hopefully Div 2, but if it's Div 3, like we're building for a premiership. So
Stevie Goodwin, I reckon he comments on my stuff once a week on my articles, and he may well be right that Division 1's somewhat already a foregone conclusion. I don't agree. Let me break it down next week. And if someone knocks them off from my little tip of coaching, I might get a gig next year. Coaching, no footy show. What's your buy-in been for how many guys have re-signed? Because I reckon it's early to be re-signed.
No, it is early. So I think we're 6 or 7 at the moment. They're having chats like every single Thursday night. So just try, as I said, it's probably too early to re-sign. If I was playing, and I was never going anywhere, was I? But
well, you did.
Yeah, I did. But until then, I wasn't. So I just think getting it out early is great.
Yeah.
But you got to plan forward. Like now with what has he said?
Dorso.
Yeah, you got to plan forward nowadays. And obviously, as I said, we're building. We want to be playing Div 2 next year. But if we're not, we want to win. Obviously, want to win the premiership.
Yeah.
So we're planning to win the premiership either this year or next year. So we've got to build either way.
I'm hearing you're on the recruit early.
Me, I have been going pretty hard.
Yep. I'm hearing a lot of words.
That is part of my role there, and I've got my fingers in a lot of pies. So,
but I think you've got it. I don't think there's anything wrong with starting to plan about what you want, and maybe that's KB why people are signing people right now, because they don't want someone else to come and offer them and take them. So I guess my question to the both of you is, this is the earliest I've ever seen clubs trying to re-sign players, and plenty of clubs are announcing such and such as re-sign, such as such re-sign.
It's very weird because in the old days, when I was at Bundoora, I'm at Bundoora.
Yeah.
You don't need to re-sign me.
Yeah.
And I can't actually see the advantage of signing right now in case, say, Brad leaves for some unknown reason, he gets a coaching job somewhere else.
Yeah.
A new committee get in, they go, we don't like the plan, we want to do something else. So I don't see really the advantage of signing right now.
It is probably fraught with a little bit of risk, but anyway, it is what it is. Clubs are going a lot earlier than I think they've ever before, but there must be method behind the madness. All right, Brownie. Brownie's beef will be next. Now I'm just
Brownie, is it next? I was going to go around the ground.
We're going Brownie's beef first. The program I use here called StreamYard, they've moved everything around. I'll be jammed if I can find where all our videos are.
You're having a shocker, Dad.
I am having a shocker.
This is a nightmare.
All right, here we go.
Too many cans.
Hold on tight. It's Brownie's beef.
Hang on. Last week, he hijacked the show. We've got him a clock. You've got a minute. Go.
All right. This relates to a couple of weeks ago about the umpiring, right? So I'm just elaborating on what I've done a couple of weeks ago. Now, I had a lot of positive comments, some negative, and that's okay. A lot of old umpires have come up to me, young umpires or current umpires have made contact and said how well we're actually doing or having a crack at what we're doing. So, but I had a big mouth negative comment that asked for a solution. And when I come up with a problem, I've got to have a solution. I thought, shit, how do I come up with a solution? Right. So quickly, here's my solution. Vote me as a new umpire advisor. No, please don't do that. The umpires are doing a great job right now. And I can only suggest what I would think would make it better. I would stabilise the admin, the coordinator role. I think that's been done this week, has it?
My mail is there's a new person in place.
How long for? Well, do they get a contract or?
I don't know. I don't work.
I better hurry up because that clock's going down. Now, I'd advertise in many places. I'd go to secondary schools, park run facilities, gyms, lawn bowls, notice boards, coffee shops, doctor surgeries. I'd pay umpires more. I'd give you all a pay rise. People might say that's a bit silly, but you know what? When you pay more umpires, better, we'll say,
better caliber.
Well, you're getting a better caliber, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Like if an umpire gets $200 and I don't know what you get, and we offer you $250, right? You might come to us and actually stay. I'd pay fitter and more experienced umpires more if they can umpire lone wolf. Lone wolf means basically if you want to go into a second division and there's only one umpire rather than two, you can do the whole game by yourself. Why wouldn't you get paid more? That would save the league. And that would also save clubs. Ching, ching, win-win for both. I'd also...
You don't sound effects. I love it. Oh, God. Have a drink, mate. Take your time. The clock ran out 40 seconds ago.
Well, we just got to keep on going.
Keep going.
Each club would have two officials as umpires. That's what I'd say. One fit bastard, which can run the boundary and run all day.
It's me.
The other would be for goals, and these are only backups only. So the umpires don't turn up. We've got our own two officials that can just go out and umpire. Pretty sure this is done in all country leagues.
Okay.
When I was at Mansfield, I'm pretty sure they've done that. Now, this is probably outside of my box. With modern technology, use some kind of smartwatch for the field umpire, so the umpires record time on and time off. Then we don't need timekeepers. Those timekeepers become officials, goal umpires. So what I'm saying is if the timekeepers aren't timekeeping, they can actually go to goal umpiring. So can someone that's a computer nerd or into this modern technology, please let me know how it's done, because I reckon it's the way of the future. Even with goal umpires, if they had an iPad that just actually done the scores, we don't really need timekeepers at all. They become umpires. But until then, on the ground, for the seconds and 19s only, we can make the quarters a set amount. They do it in school footy. They do it in Coates League. So the set amount means, it's 22 minutes, no time on, no time off. Again, we don't need timekeepers. These timekeepers become the official goal umpires. Then the big one is, and I heard this last night on AFL 360, and it's happened in other competitions, and it does happen in South Australia, the last touch rule, which means the last person to touch the ball, the opposition get the free kick. This doesn't happen with dubious decisions or inside the 50-metre arcs. We bring the ball out 20 metres back towards the centre, and then we just ball it up. Now, please note, this doesn't happen for finals. This is only happening because right now we've got a situation where we haven't got enough umpires, and we need to sort of like get rid of some somehow so we can actually umpire the game. So in closing, currently many games don't have goal or boundary umpires. A lot of, say, third division, seconds, they don't have them anyway.
Yep.
So what's the difference? If we go with no umpires or the seconds, in the seconds and 19s, I worked out that's a saving of 52 goal umpires per week that we don't need or don't have. And that's going through the seconds and the 19s, first, second, and third division. So with the extra payments to the umpires, with the more experience, less the umpires we're going to save on, I think we'd all make money. The Diamond Valley or Northern, I shouldn't say Diamond Valley, the Northern would save, and then I think the clubs would actually make a bit of money too, because I reckon the league mightn't charge as much for the umpiring. So I think at the end of the day, with this situation, we get rid of the boundary umpires, maybe goal umpires become timekeepers or the old timekeepers. I think it's a win-win for both.
I think where there's a shortage, not to spend ages on it, but I think where there's if there's goal umpires that want a goal umpire, we should absolutely have them as dedicated goal umpires. I think
At club level, you mean?
Oh, if there's people that really love goal umpiring, which I'm sure there is, and they take it pretty seriously, or they strive to go higher, they should be goal umpires for sure, because there's a pathway to the AFL and VFL for goal umpires. I definitely think there's a bit of a shortage. We did a new category this week. You flipped the timer, mate. We're throwing the timer out. That's going to be asked. That didn't work. We need an alarm clock. But but in all seriousness, I think that if we can encourage you guys, I love paying more. Someone else put up there, I think it was Kate Anderson said, pay them more. 100%. Like, I don't know what they get paid. When I did it, I think from memory it was 120 if you did senior one, Division One.
Now.
It's probably a lot more than that now. That was quite a while ago. But I love that I love the guys want to umpire. We did Umpire of the Week this week, and it had a great buy-in. I think it had 9,000 views or something. Yep. We need to love them. We need to find a way to love them. Hopefully, we can get a couple on the show shortly, and it'd be good to get someone on and actually explain a rule to us. You know, a rule that we don't understand or something like that.
There's a few.
Razor.
Well, that'd be good.
I like that one.
What is it?
That's a good idea. It's under 19s on a Friday night. That means that there's more umpires for a Saturday.
Yeah. So Grossi's
correct. I totally agree.
Grossi's the Bundoora under 19s coach, ripping guy. Bonner's doesn't let him speak much, but he is the under 19s coach. Grossi's exactly spot on. More Friday night games. You know why? It's more revenue for the club. The canteen gets to open again.
That's when the beefs come up.
There. Is it?
That's one of my beefs coming up.
But I totally agree. Dorso wants holding the ball. Yeah, mate. Calf's been holding the ball all season, I've heard, mate. And Juddy's just hogging it. But we do. We need to do something to get it there. I'm confident. Oh, I'm not confident, but I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to get an umpire on the show in the next, 3 or 4 weeks, which will be good. And we've started promoting them, and we want to do that. Let me ask you this: I watch the umpires every week. I'm not noticing a sponsor on the back of the umpires. Surely we could get a sponsor to help raise some money up the chart for them to get. I agree with paying more. You want the best CEO in your business.
But with the banter umpire deletion right now, it's 52 umpires that can actually be goal umpires. You can't
delete it because kids aspire to be boundary umpires and go to the next level.
You've still got it in Division 1 or whatever, and you've still got it for finals. But right now we've got a shortage of umpires.
Yep. We need to do something. I think they're doing something. Let's hope the next block. Here we go. Mick Mick Heffron, ripping guy, this fellow, love him. I goal umpired on the weekend, Daz, for the Magoos, as we didn't have any. Let me tell you, as a volunteer, it's a great job, but it can be stressful if you have a close and ripping game. If the league can't supply them, at least supply them for the games that would be close. That's a good point, especially in a blinder. You want to have the best adjudicators there for the close games, and you've got a good idea which ones are going to be close and blowouts. I agree with that. It's but it's hard because they haven't got the numbers. Me and Brian Moore umpired that game a couple of weeks ago, and we're both old umpires of the Valley and the NFNL, but we had a ball, and like both of us aren't in good enough shape to, hamstring wise, definitely for me.
Take the next step.
No, but look, I'd probably go and run around in an under 12 games if it helped out. And, donate the money back to the club or something. I don't know, but there's got to be ways to get people back involved in it somehow. Anyway, good beef. If you've got a say on it, put it forward because.
Or if you can advertise it somewhere.
Yeah, I love Friday night footy. I've enjoyed doing it with Grossi, sort of running with it. It's fantastic.
And Saturday night. Saturday night's
more about
19s
the
is good too.
Because 9:30 on a Saturday morning, you're not getting much of a crowd down there. These 19-year-olds love a crowd, especially the Bunny boys. I bet. Love a crowd. Ricky gets out there signing autographs, no dramas. Mate, Jack White's out there giving girls his phone.
Stop it, Jackie.
I don't know what these boys are doing. They're getting a bit crazy down there. So, no. All right, so that's good. Let's move on to something. Let's get serious for 30 seconds. All right, so I got a lot of emails this week about Diamond Creek. Okay, so I'm going to address it, and I'm going to address it for 1 minute maximum. Okay, so I'm getting a ton of texts about it now. Sean has contacted me, and he's happy to just make a quick statement about it. I'll make it on his behalf that the club's currently under a review. There is no stolen money. There is no, funny business going on. There's nothing like this. So all this stuff needs to stop there because they're going to sort it out in the background over the next 3 or 4 weeks, and they'll come up to their own conclusion. You guys know, being in clubland yourselves, that rumours are just rubbish. They kill things, and that's not what footy's about. Every club goes through it at some times. For whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. We don't want to let this stuff ruin clubs. We just want to let clubs deal with it themselves and get on with it. And I stopped answering the emails on it the other day because 6-10 people sending it through. This is happening over there. Can you report on it? No, we don't report on it. But that's the statement. There is no funny business. They're restructuring. They're going through a path, and I'm sure they'll get it done one way or another. So that's the end of that one. Now, boys, Divi 3. Let's get on with this week because we can finally speak well about Divi 3. I'm going to ask you both something without notice. Who can't make finals? Who's definitely out of the finals race and start, building toward next year now?
The bottom 3.
So who are they?
Heidelberg West.
Yep.
Layla and Eltham.
Yeah.
Who were the 3 teams we said at the start of the year would be the bottom 3?
Did we get that right?
We did.
High five.
Well done, mate. I didn't think old Eltham would be that low.
Yeah. Neither did I.
But yeah, as you said, they're the 3. But yeah, it's stacked from there. Ivanhoe at 8th is genuinely
carrying a lot of injuries.
That's crazy. Like, they are much better than 8th.
Nah, they're carrying a ton.
And I think it just shows the competitive league and how strong it is. So.
Yep, it's a good league because it's pretty stacked at the top end.
Can I throw another one in?
Yep. You're saying that they can't make it.
Another one who can't make it.
We're going to get into meltdown here.
I don't mind it.
Reservoir.
Oh,
can't make it?
No. Will not make it. Cannot make
Sitting 6th and 1 game out. I don't mind
it. I disagree.
I mean, they can make it.
Shock.
I mean, they can shock. But obviously, they lost to the Turtles. It just depends on the day.
They wouldn't want a few injuries, would they?
No, you're right.
They're a bit old in the tooth.
Yeah, it's a big call. Yeah, don't mind it.
It's your opinion, KB, and you're entitled to that on this
especially
show.
being top 5 as well. I think it's a bold statement to make.
I think
they got a soft run as well.
Yeah,
soft run because they finished second last year, so they can make it.
I reckon we'll beat them the second time.
You reckon Heidelberg West will beat Reservoir?
Yeah, second time at our ground.
No doubt. I'll have $50 with you. 50. Right. I tell you what I'll do because I've got to get down to West Heidelberg this year. If Heidelberg
Chewy will do a hamstring.
If Heidelberg West beat them, I'll come down and buy 5 of your blokes dinner on a Thursday night down there.
Boys, Ryan offer.
Ryan will chip in a minute. Anything for free.
BK, I hope you'll listen to this because you want me to say cheerio.
If not, you'll have to
take it, Kev.
You'll have to buy me dinner.
What do you reckon, Steffi?
Take it, Kev. All right, Kev. All right.
The boys are getting
Easiest $50 ever. You guys are delusional.
We've got to
Delusional. All right. If not, you've got to buy me dinner and a couple of beers down there.
No dramas whatsoever.
And you've got to get up in front of the club and publicly say, I was wrong. Everyone knows you're a dickhead. I was wrong. Darren Compton was right. All right. We got a deal?
Yep.
All right. I'm taking you on.
Like it.
I get a feel either way. This is a win. You got any offers you want to do in Division 3?
No, I'm sweet this week, actually.
All right. So who's realistically the 5? Who's your 5? Who's going to make it right now?
I'd say Stars.
Stars, the
you'd
obvious
say,
one.
would you?
Stars, the obvious
You'd
one.
say.
Well, the All-Stars aren't going to get beat. They win second division, I reckon.
Right.
I've said that from day dot.
They're going to be hard to beat, but they're beatable.
Lorimer.
Yep.
The only way Laura can beat Stars if Fitzy kicks 20, and he could do that. Epping, which I put the asset on probably 3 weeks ago, and they have not been beaten since.
Yep. No calf, no.
I'm going to go Mernda.
Yep.
I'm bypassing King Lake. Mernda are up
For
up and
fourth.
rising for fourth.
Yep.
And I'm going to throw Kilmore in for fifth.
They've got a few injuries at the moment, Kilmore. Hopefully
Kilmore.
they go all right. I did tip them in the 5.
I expected a fraction more. I thought they'd come up another
I would have said Ivanhoe a few weeks ago, but they
got a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Too many injuries.
Peter Willie wouldn't like me saying that. Sorry, Pete, but you're not travelling that well.
Well,
at the moment.
Kirby Bell made some money out of the West Boys this year. I had a good early bet with
Yeah,
with
you
my
have.
mate Barnesy, but I didn't take it. He's a great
I
kid.
think like the game this week of King Lake and Mernda, like that's massive for the 5.
Yep.
I think
it's
up there too.
You'll enjoy
yeah,
my
I
tip
think
on that one.
I'm assuming that'll be match of the round because
Yep.
only did
Should
3.
Nipper Marshall is back.
He's back.
Is he? He's back. It might be
Is
his
he?
back that cracks. He's about 412.
No.
I love it. I love it.
I reckon Nipper's older than me.
You'd take him back at Bundy.
Nipper would be 36.
No, he's got to be older than me.
What are you? 57?
55.
58? 5 won't change, says Jeff Arnold, and you might be right. King Lake take 5th. I think you might be right. I tend to agree. The way it is probably the only person I'd say that can get in outside of that is Reservoir. Because I think the only reason I don't say Ivanhoe is the injuries are too deep. They got too many.
So I'm the only one having a crack. You've just gone with the top 5.
No, I said Reza could get in.
I'm not. I don't need to have a crack. I think 8 of the teams can still make it. So they're a game behind as well. Epping and Lorimer still haven't had their bye. So I mean, it's a little bit closer than everyone
So
thinks.
Kilmore could realistically still make it.
100%.
So I'll put them in the mix as
It's not
well.
even halfway through the season.
I'd say Ivanhoe.
We said top 5. We can't have top 8.
People are always going to blow my phone up after this, but it's I think Ivanhoe's carrying too many injuries, to be honest, which is a bit of a shame.
Well, King Lake win this week. They make the 5.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Well, I tend to agree with that. All right, who's the best player in Division 3 right now? Who's the number 1 draft pick if we're drafting for Division 3 next year out of the current player list?
I'd have to take Fitzy.
Fitzy?
How many goals is he on?
43. Look,
So important, like
I'm going to go Kane Proctor. He's so dangerous,
he's not even their best player.
but he's killing it. He's
He is.
everywhere.
I get it.
Yeah, he's
so
underestimated. Or not underestimated. He's not underestimated, but he's gone.
I think
See, I reckon us going into Saturday or playing against, we'd have to really watch Neville. Neville just directs up.
It's just experience.
Yeah, but he's just a superstar.
I know he's
Directs the whole crowd.
He's not playing like this week. Paddy Farron, he's done his hammy, but he'd be my number 1.
Yeah, he's pretty special last year, wasn't he?
You know, like
So many good players. Xavier
Roy
Whitnell, would he be?
Oh, come on, Xavier.
Would he be in your top 5? No, I'm talking ultimate resis, like in the
no,
If he's not watching this, he'll get shared.
Yeah.
Juddy, Dorso, you didn't let me down there.
yeah, that's good timing.
For super rules.
But yeah, if you take your Fitzroy Stars, Deuter would be 1.
What about the decaf?
Decaf, like-
can go past him. Yeah.
Great man.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, there's so many good players at the moment going through there. Willow's on fire too. He's kicked a lot of goals.
Florence for King Lake. Took him
Yeah,
out of the team.
Playing great.
As you said, very important.
Playing amazing.
You know, they beat Epping this year, and he
Yep.
was a massive point of that.
Yep.
Take him out, and they're probably sitting somewhere down there. So, yeah, it's one of those ones.
Mhm.
The MVP, it'll be tough to give.
What's the goals looking like? Leading
Goals,
the goal kick.
Edwards, Greenwood. They're not bad players.
Yep.
Yeah, Deuter's got 43. We got Aaron Edwards 38.
I watched all 10 of his goals. Fantastic. Freak.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Just freak.
Willow and Rackers both on 31.
Aaron Edwards.
That's wrong. Elijah Taylor, there's 20. Pyro from Kinglake.
Yeah. So what are we, you're
Everyone.
five down. How many goals have your top five kicked in this division? 20, 50, 80? What's that?
120, 163.
163 goals between the top five players. That's
Pretty big halfway through the year. And
That's
considering, Laylaw, they're not the easy beats that they
you
were.
said you had to bring this boy up today as well.
Yeah.
Not Tanner Pierce. We love
Joe Crosby.
Yeah,
I couldn't mention him.
JC, just private messages saying he's J.K. serious.
Yeah. Look, I would have mentioned him, but I think he's got a few too many bruises from the weekend, mate. He copped it.
Is that true, Josh? Did he kick 10-9? No, he didn't kick 10-9.
Someone told me he had 10-9.
No,
Yeah,
that's not right.
No, it's
Josh,
true.
tell me.
10-9 he kicked.
All right.
Had a lazy day.
If that's true, hey, Josh, let me know, because I didn't know that. If it was 10-9, that's insane. Kate Anderson, were your ears burning, Xavier? She's correcting herself. We don't have to correct yourself on this show. None of us speak proper English.
10-9's crazy stuff. And then even if you go the other way, like the goals, you go back to the best players. Ethan Penrith, we didn't mention him before. Like he's a superstar. 7 games.
Does he play Division 1 if he wants to tomorrow?
Well, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Played at West Preston. So.
Out of all these players that we just talked about, the goal kickers, could they all go and play Division 1?
Well, Fitzy basically couldn't.
Why?
Because he got dropped last year in the
Monty, but he could go to Bundy, South Moran.
Yeah, I suppose,
He could go to North
Edwards,
Heidelberg.
obviously.
Willow
on his day. Rackers in 2 years, hopefully.
How old's Rackers?
19.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't realise he was that young.
One of the best kicks you'll ever see.
Really?
Unreal.
Better than you?
I could kick 25 metres. He can kick 55 from the boundary and kicks
He's
goals.
pretty good. He is special, Rackers.
Before we carry on with this, what we need people to send through, like just privately on the messenger or whatever you call them.
He's age 5.
I've lost the plot. I've got no gel in today either. I'm looking more like my dad. But what we need to do is we need some baby photos and we want to have a guess who the player is. Brownie's idea. I love it. We're going to get right behind it. So send us a couple of baby photos of your kids, clothes on, and we will definitely we'll do something with it over the next couple of weeks. We'll have a guess.
So we want
we can get it.
20 year ago, 25 year ago, and then the photo of today. And then we put the photo up.
Some of the kids are 19, mate.
I know. It's going to be tough. -6.
Back to 17.
Send him in.
One bloke that I didn't mention, Doyle from Ivanhoe.
Yeah.
Other than Schultz, he's a clear best player.
Yeah.
6 games, 6 times in the best.
Yeah.
I reckon he'll be full back.
Any truth to the rumour that Schultz inquired this week for the old age pension?
Oh, massive chance. What was he, 41, 42?
42, yeah.
He's a superstar. Mate, if you're not friends with him on Facebook, this guy is ripped. He makes Caff look like he's fat, and Caff is ripped.
Does he post photos?
Mate, he loves it. Mate, he loves it.
Imagine we had a team, a Super Rules team that are still playing now.
We should have drafted
the over 35s.
Gary Hickey is KB drinking 10-something cans.
Oh,
I can't remember.
It's not you, mate.
1,000 sips. Yeah, and believe it or not, it's just cordial in there, Gaz. Trust us. All right, now let's go through our tips for the week. I'm going to tee you boys off. Nearly lost my glasses here. Tell you what, Kate Anderson's boy's a good player down at Hurstbridge. He ripped us apart a couple of weeks ago. Bundy.
Did he?
Oh, can the boy kick a goal?
So look at that Div 3 show, and he always mentions Bundy. Loves it.
No, loves Bundy.
Loves it.
Mate, just
when Gary Hickey about Bundy,
we're about to hit our straps at Bundy. You've been warned. We're about to hit our straps.
Don't hit theirs.
Cut it out. All right. King Lake Moonda, first game. I've gone. Look, Fletcher's just going to stab me. He doesn't mind when I make him the underdog.
Happy birthday as well, Fletch.
Yes, happy birthday, Fletch. Well done. You're all over this. When I retire, you'll just take over quite nicely. King Lake by a point for me over Moonda. They're harder to beat at King Lake.
They are harder to beat at King Lake. And obviously the weather.
Mate, it's easy. The weather's easy. -7.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. But raining and stuff like that will be close. But Moonda in some serious form. I think they win by 12 points.
Yeah. All right. 12 points. And KB?
Yeah, Moonda by 2 goals. Nipper's back. Moonda on fire. I think they're moving up the ladder.
Yeah, clear 4th best side in it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I just think King Lake on their day are pretty good. And at home, I think they're a 3-goal better side. But
there could be a big out too.
Lincoln
Coffee.
Out.
got hurt today in school footy.
Oh,
So they couldn't pick her up. So Fletch, what you did. Sorry, Fletch, you got hurt.
but lucky for them, they've got 4 ruckmen playing on the one side. You know, Billy Morrison, Lachlan Evans, Lockie Taylor. So I reckon they should be okay. I know he's a gun, but yeah, I reckon they'll be okay.
Yep, right. All right, well, that's fair. Now, Reza Epping, I've tipped Reza, but no. Epping by 23 points. I don't think it's a walk in the park. I think you're a better side. I think one thing Reza do is they stay with you and they annoy the hell out of you. If they knock you off, though, well, big call, but if they knock you off, they'd be $2 to you being $1.05. But if they did knock you off, does that change your opinion, KB?
They won't.
I don't mind it.
If Greenwood's not playing,
I think he's playing.
Takes a lot of even if he is.
What's your score?
Epping 3 goals.
What do you got for Mr.
Where's
Kevin
that at?
Brown?
Reservoir.
Reza.
It's shit ground, terrible ground, but Epping by, we'll say 5 goals.
We do have a function. We go right on function days. So.
30 points. All right, very good. Heidelberg West Fitzroy Stars. Big game. Tell us about what's going on down there this week, Big KB.
We've started water in the ground like the old Moorabbin days. We're in a bit of strife. We've got Heath Shaw playing, hopefully on Eddie Betts. Hopefully Eddie Betts is playing. There is rumours.
Yep.
May not happen. But if he doesn't play, hopefully he goes to Neville Jetta. Big quality game. Fitzroy Stars, quality team. We're in a bit of strife this week, I reckon, because they could absolutely kill us. But we
said 200.
200 points.
Who's that?
Jeff Arnold.
Jeff Arnold. I wouldn't say 200 points because we're watered the ground.
Bit light, Jeff.
And we're going to flood the back line. And we played last week against Fitzy, against Lorimer, and we've done pretty well for 2.5 quarters. So the same game plan. Hopefully we only get beat by 10 goals.
You reckon 60 points?
60 points.
All right, so you got Heath Shaw down there is the good news. I've said 66 by the Stars, and I reckon I was being conservative.
Yeah, I think you are
just
too.
about put a 1 in front of that. Here comes some hate mail. JK, what do you got for me?
135.
Oh, JK, man of my heart.
Xavier Wingles kicked 10.
Xavier no. Is he playing 19s?
Oh,
He might be the 23rd man.
In the twos? Have they dropped him down?
Well, I don't reckon he plays if Betts plays because they won't fit a minimum points. So
Bano played in that game. Is that Scotty Bannister that played?
Is Scotty Bannister on this side?
Yes, no, Bano's all right.
Come on, Bano.
He's got personalised number plates driving through Plenty Valley.
He's a
I think
basketball,
he's got a
Bano.
VS Commodore, maybe. I seen him. I waved at him. He gave me this. Gave me nothing, Bano.
concentrating on the road, mate.
All right, Ivanhoe versus Laylor. Well, even though they're a little bit wounded, Ivanhoe 69 points for me.
You're a sicko. I love that. 72.
I go 15.
Ooh,
Goals.
No.
15 goals.
Yeah, 90 points.
Yeah, and the little break in between as well. 15. Don't mind.
All right, very good. All right, I think there's one more. There is. Lorimer has the bye, so that's pretty good. Kilmore, Old Eltham. Old Eltham's doing it pretty tough. Kilmore have to bounce back after you guys gave them a touch-up last week. I think Kilmore get this done by 37 points.
Yeah, I think they'll beat them by 45.
45?
No, actually, 80. 80. I don't know why.
80. Jeepers.
Crosby kicks 6.
6. Crosby, you bound to mention.
That's what he asked for.
Going by the percentages, Kilmore need a real big win. They're on 105%. King Lake are at 113. So I reckon they're going to snowball and probably win by about 10 goals.
60 points.
At least.
So you just gave me a short story for 10
Well,
goals.
they need to get a bit of percentage. So 60 points will get them
They
pretty
need a
much
big
up there.
win. Yeah.
They need a big win.
So we're getting closer to the halfway mark of the season. Just before we close the show off, we're getting very, very close to the halfway mark of the season. I actually think that all divisions have settled, right? I had a look at our early tips, right, the other night at home in the other diary, and we're not miles off it. What we've said isn't that far off it. For me, I'm super, super impressed. I wrote an article the other day on Banyul, and I'm really impressed with Hurstbridge. They're the two sides that have, in my opinion, leapfrogged, Greensboro, North Heidelberg.
Monty.
Monty's
Not quite, yeah.
thereabouts.
Monty will come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they're
what
going to be
I mean.
all right. No,
Haven't leapfrogged
Flynn
them yet.
Riley's a gun, isn't he? Riley Flynn, did I say that back?
Flynn Riley.
Yeah. He's a gun. He's hard to beat, look, I just think the bottom few are where we thought they'd realistically be. I said that Bundoora would finish 7th. I'm going to change that. Might be 6th. They're coming. Might be 8th.
Oof. I can't wait till the South Maringa and Bundoora game up there.
No, they're coming. I think the boys, there's a lot of new guys in that side. They've set themselves now. I think their second half of the season will be much better. I think, South Maringa, though, mate, I tell you what, I'm a bit scared about them. They're competitive. They're actually got better percentage than Bundoora now as well.
What, 2%?
Yeah, but still, I mean, we got caned by Heidelberg. That hurts your percentage significantly, and the week before to Hursty. So all of a sudden you're back there. But Hurstbridge, I'm equally impressed with. They've got I called them the destination club last year because people love to go. They're fantastic, and I just think that those guys are flying. Division 2, McLeod was always going to be there. Diamond Creek is miles ahead at the moment. Lost the last 2 grand finals though. Don't send me hate mail. It matters on the day. You've got to get this one. AT's got to get this one over the line. Be a lot of pressure going into grand final day. If you'd lost 2 in a row, do you reckon?
100%.
Yeah. It's in your mind. It's your monkey on your back, isn't it? But they are by far a better side this year, and they've got more depth this year.
Got a lot of young kids. I think they played 5 from the 19s.
5-19s.
5-19s. It was unbelievable.
Yep. Very, very good.
Well done to Ash Garraway for doing that.
Yep. Ash is a ripper guy.
Pushing the kids
Sponsor of
through.
the show
Yep.
too. Fantastic. He's a ripper.
Ash, not about winning, it's about developing, and you're doing a good job.
He is definitely down there for sure. And then we've obviously got Fitzroy Stars. I know you both think they're home and hose, and the truth is, if we're doing the odds, they're probably $1.05, aren't they? The only sides that can beat them for me are Lorimer and Epping. Epping has to, Caff has to have 45 on the day. And
he did against them.
Yeah,
He did this.
but no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If Epping has their best day, and
Have Fitzroy Stars played their best team yet?
I don't know, but
They can't.
what do you call their best team? The guys that rock up for 6 games a year?
Yeah, well, that's what.
The team that's going to get them to win Division 3.
I
That's
don't
what
actually reckon that
September.
always works, mate. Didn't work last year.
Yeah, I reckon they lost the grand final. Old Pradians didn't win it.
No, I disagree. I think Old Pradians stayed strong as hell all day. I think they didn't let it get over all. They were heavy underdogs to win it, I reckon, but they stuck with them all day.
Yeah.
You can't control Sam Gilmore, but you can control the rest of the ground. Paddy Farron kicked 10 from memory.
8.
And
4 in the first 15
in a
minutes.
losing grand final. All right, boys, that will be pretty much the end of the show. Any closing words from any of you boys about this weekend's games? Any news?
I've just got 2 things to say.
Oh, shit, put the timer back on. What do you got for me, mate?
Young Guns next week. We've got a few
yes.
nominations. So we've got the Young Guns next week. There'll be probably 3 nominations. We've missed it for the last couple. And I've also got to bring up that this week, Heidelberg West, they've got a 23rd man. So if there's any young kid out there that wants to get transferred in and transferred out, which I'm pretty sure it's above board because it's before June 30.
Yep, permits, yeah.
So
right?
if you're under 19 player that's not playing this week, we've got a 23rd man. So anyone that wants to come down and have a crack
Only
at
for
playing,
19s.
you got to be under 19s.
So Kyle Yankos can't leave Moonda this week to go over for 1 game. Oh, he's a Div 3 player.
Well, can we change his age?
Yeah.
No, you can go up and down. Doesn't matter. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah, so any young kid out there that's never played a senior game that wants to have a senior,
come play with Big Shore.
come and play a piece, sure.
Yes.
Come and play against Eddie Betts,
Yes.
have a crack. So seriously, sitting out there doing nothing this weekend, we'll clear you in, we'll clear you out.
Yep.
There's no, you'll probably even get maybe a pie and a can of beer after a bit of money for it as well.
I give it a heads up, and this will be my final crack of the night. You'd want to be a defender because if you're a forward going down there this week, you won't get a frigging kick.
I reckon we may surprise.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
I reckon Bryce Barnes might get best on ground this week.
He'd be having his vanity mirror up in that forward pocket.
Doesn't matter, mate. Good looking bloke. He loves it, and he'll dominate.
All right.
Kick behind play. Let's go, Brycey.
He's probably having a kiss behind play. Until next week, guys, that's the show. Thanks for tuning in and keep kicking goals.
Have you ever seen a roo kick? Have you ever seen an emu run under the bright Aussie skies and said this year we'll be the one? Oi, oi, oi! What does it mean Northern Footy Show.